So ideally, from a page structure point of view, first for the page is always the main heading. Now, a lot of times, home page doesn't have a main heading. We call it H1. So what we generally do is home page will always have a breaking stories or a big stories, and we generally make the first article on that home page or the title or the image of that article as an H1. Second is subsequently are the subheadings, which should be your H2 part of the page, be it a listing page, be it a home page, be it a landing page. Your page structure should always follow this H1, H2, H3 paragraph structure. Wherever you are having links, whether it's an internal or external, they should be following an anchor. Wherever they are having a heading, they should follow this structure so that search engine understand without even giving a schema that this is the page structure. If schema is not given, this is the way search engine understand how your page is structured, and this is the structure we have to follow for headings and subheadings. And then for the description and stories, we will use the paragraph bullet points that I will get into details once I go for the content SEO part as well. Second comes the page size, the speed and rendering. So obviously, lesser the page size, lesser is best, because we are still having users on 3Gs, and some places still the speed of 3G is not more than 2G. So if the lesser the page size, your page will load fast on the slower devices. Even if the devices are having good bandwidth, lesser page size helps you rank better. So always try to reduce your page size as low as possible. Second aspect of this is bundling all your essential resources which are above the fold. What it would mean is that whenever I load a website, I should not be seeing a broken website and then correcting it while it loads. The first view of the website to me should always be proper. It should not be broken. So include or bundle all your above the fold resources upfront while you are rendering the website. Third foremost point for the page speed is first byte time. Essentially what it would mean is that when I hit an URL and the first pixel I start seeing on the website is called time to first byte, which is very important aspect. There are technologies like CDN, which helps a lot in terms of improving this first byte, because it's a combination of how your server response time is improved. And then suppose I'm sitting from a place where my server is hosted in another country, then there are a lot of delay in understanding and reaching request to server. Then DNS lookup is there. So to improve all that, there's something called CDN, content delivery network, which caches all your pages and render fastest in fastest manner to your nearest audience server. So first byte time is very important from a tech point of view for the speed, and CDN helps in that. We are also having something called render blocking resources. What essentially would mean is once I start seeing the website, I should actually see the content. I should not be waiting for the content to render. I started seeing a blank website, but then I am not seeing able to see anything in here. CSS, JavaScript, fonts is the biggest killer to that aspects. One simple example I mentioned here is a font display called Swap. What it would mean is that if I'm writing in Hindi website or in Malayalam website and I'm using a Malayalam font, now until that font file is loaded and rendered, I will not be seeing any pixel of the website in spite of my website is ready to be rendered. So that creates a bad user experience. You may be seeing a blank white website for say half second or 1 second because of this problem. As a developer, as a technology, as a tech, we should handle these problems and ensure that user experience is the best. We should also preload certain resources, be it fonts, be it CSS, be it images, so that the user experience for the user is the best. Whenever users see a web page, he should see a predefined web page. We also use technologies like tags like pre-connect, pre-fetch to avoid a lot of lookup times for your different external entities. We might be fetching certain data from Google, like your ad servers. We might be fetching data from Facebook. We might be fetching data from different vendors if it is DFP ad manager. So we should be pre-connecting with all these domains, and we should not be waiting for the actual action to go and connect, because an average DNS lookup time is also in some milliseconds, which can be avoided upfront. And when the user starts seeing the web page, the experience is seamless is the whole point. And same applies for the search engine consider this factor. So essentially understand, search engine evaluate your website how user would pursue it. Make your website best for user, search engine will automatically rank you properly.